Am I live? I think I'm live. I have way too many channels open, dude. Okay. Let's see if I'm live. Okay, I'm live. Honestly, like, I might just put... No, I won't. It'll just get destroyed. Wow. This is the first time I've actually checked any of this. 12K views on that, huh? A little clickbait action. Cool. Welcome to live chat. Remember Carter. Okay. Honestly, I feel like I should have done like a notepad. But yeah. So, okay. You know what, dude? Fuck it. I'm actually just gonna talk. Whoever sees this, great. If you don't see it, if nobody sees it, great. I just wanted a chance to at least kind of talk, you know, my journey this summer, what I experienced, what ended up happening with Winfall, and I'm not here to, you know, call people out. I'm not. So I'm gonna leave names out of this. Oh wow. Man, I don't know where to start. So anyway, if you're watching this, if you end up watching this, my name's T Smith. I used to be, I was someone that started Winfall eSports. Before that, I was with Legion. Before that, I was a streamer. Right, I decided to stop streaming to focus on the esports side of stuff. So this is my story of what it ended, like what I'm doing now, my response to it ending. Yeah, but this is just a message, right? Like, I'm not, like I said, if nobody sees this, great. If tons of people see it, great. I could care less on that. It's more of, for me, myself, just, you know, getting everything out. Because I did a video, Jesus, time flies. I think it was like 8 months ago. I did a video on when I was leaving Winfall to take a chance on a job, right? So, I'm gonna start from there. I ended up leaving. I went out to Cleveland. COVID was going on pretty much everywhere. It still is, right? So we went to Cleveland and we had like this Airbnb, right? And we were doing a lot of training at this Airbnb, getting ready for the summertime, you know, going over the pitch, learning the pitch, you know, rebuttals, the whole 9 yards, to sales, right? Like a in-person sale. Now in the process of this, it was May. So the point I was at, I mean, hell, I could even go back 2 months before I ended up leaving. And, you know, I was sitting there and a lot of stuff in my head didn't turn out the way I thought it would. There was a lot of stuff that was done wrong. And I knew no matter what I did, there was no way for me to come out of this, no matter what I did, right? No matter... I knew what I needed to do, but if I did it, I knew that it would cause either people to dislike me, it would cause people to start talking trash on me. You know, there's people out there that have negative viewpoints on me already. So I didn't do it, right? I kind of just kept going down this road, and I, you know, even though I know that wall's coming, I kind of just let it happen. You know, I was somebody where I tried so hard to motivate and use positive reinforcement. that, it's like a perspective thing, right? Like, you never know what somebody's going through or where they come from or how they were raised. So I think that it's very easy to say some things in a wrong manner and upset somebody. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't done that. I think life is a learning experience. But anyway, on to my story. I'm in Cleveland, and we were going over all this training, and I was learning, and I was reading manuals, and I'm actually wearing an Aptive hat right now, but I was trying to prepare for the summer, right? Because the summer is like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Half day Saturday. You're going hard because you don't have all the time in the world to. It's not really a situation where you can waste time, right? I mean, you got 4 months to do everything you possibly can to make as much money as you possibly can, to make yourself a better person, grow individually. But when I went out to Cleveland, I spent so much time on Winfall that all my real life friends, wasn't close with them anymore. Pretty much all of my real life friends, at that time, right? At that time, there wasn't any, right? I mean, there's friendships and things like that were not existent anymore because of how much time I put into Winfall. And I also, I've always said this: who you surround yourself with is what you become. So, and there's some aspects where I know for a fact that everything I did, everything I've done, choices I made, decisions I made, that's my fault, right? I'm also one of these people that I'll give and give and give and give, and if I don't get what I think I'm supposed to get in return, I'm going to come at you, right? Because I feel like if you want success, you're going to work just as hard as I do. I've learned that 9 out of 10 people don't do that, right? They don't. I'm an extremely hard worker. And that's not a bad thing, right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't make someone better or not. It doesn't mean that person is a bad person. It doesn't mean that person wants bad will on you. But you need to surround yourself with some hard workers, right? You need with the same goal, the same vision. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit. I basically woke up on my birthday, right? And I saw some things that were happening. And even before I even left, I knew things that were going on. It's not hard to try, it's not hard to see things like that, especially if you're, if you built something from almost nothing to that point, you're gonna see those little details that are off. I definitely did. I knew it was coming. So anyway, fast forwarding. I'm training. I started to look at what was going on, right? And I was like, oh my God, like this is pretty much the end. And for a lot of people that were in Winfall, they might have been there a week. They might have been there a month. They might have been there just because we were in a certain game. They might have been there. I mean, there's hundreds of reasons, right? But the core group of those people, some came from my stream. Some of those were long-term friends that I met way back in like Destiny 1 days on Xbox. And what I will say with that is, those people, even to this day, I don't think I'm going to sit there and be like, yo, I dislike this person. I strongly dislike this person, blah, blah, blah. No, man. At the end of the day, I met some people that was a very close group, and I saw a lot of talent, right? And at that time, I was 25, 26, and I wanted to do something. I wanted to try to do something a little bit positive to even if I walked away from gaming, I could leave something positive, right? Like have something to look back on and be like, yo, that's awesome. So anyway, my birthday rolls around. This was May 18th. I'm in Cleveland. I'm surrounded by people I don't know. Out of my comfort zone completely. Just picture a turtle hiding in his shell, and then the next second you're halfway across the country. You don't know anybody. You don't have a single friend there. You don't really have any way of communicating. So, yeah. So it's my birthday, right? So I wake up, I check my phone. My phone's blowing up. My Twitter's blowing up. I'm getting personally DM'd. I got DM'd out the wazoo, right? Even to this day, if I check my Twitter, there's a I'm laughing because like there's a lot there, right? It's like overwhelming. I was being spammed on almost 4 different social medias, right? I had people attacking me even on Facebook, and I'm like, most people don't even. I mean, at least for the new generations, a lot of people don't use Facebook, but I do. I know. Boomer. I know. So anyway, some stuff went down, right? And I had to think to myself, right? As I go to reply to this stuff, and I'm like encased and entrapped by what's going on, I had to make a decision. Do I reply to this? Do I have time to reply to this? That's the most important thing, right? Time. You can't ever get time back. And at that time, I didn't even have the time to reply. I didn't have time to do anything, right? It was like your whole world is being lit on fire and you're just forced to stand there and watch it burn to the ground, right? And people can sit there and say, yeah, like they can say I didn't care. They can say whatever they want. But the truth of it is I was literally one of the people that built it, right? Like I was there day one. I was there talking to people before it was ever a thing. And I was the one that was kind of talking it into an existence and saying that it's something we should approach and do. So it was a big part of me. I loved it. I think it's always going to have a big part of me forever, right? Because eSports is not something, I mean, I know it's blown up the past, from 2015 to 2020, League of Legends coming out around 2010. Esports has always been a big thing, and it's continuously growing, right? But anyway, I'm looking at my phone, everything's blowing up, and my boss comes in, and he sees my face, and he's just like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine, and I had to go to a training in Cleveland, right? And there was like, I don't know, everybody got together, and it was like this big training thing, and at that time, I had to focus on that, right? I had to. It's like, sometimes you have things happen in life where you literally have to put everything on hold and you've got to go do that, right? So in that split second, as I'm seeing everything unfold, I already know, like obviously I know what's going to happen no matter what I do, but I decided to delete Winfall, right? And at that time, didn't really know, at that time you don't know, how do I put this? Good from bad, right? You really don't know what's going to unfold there. So I delete this thing, right? And I'm like, okay, well, that's over. Which I'm going to say this again. It was my birthday, right? So like, that's supposed to be like one of the best days of the year. I hope that you guys have a fucking great birthday every year, right? Normally I have a good one. But anyway, when I did, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I was forced to kind of do it in a split-second decision, right? So, but I think that life has a funny way of pulling you almost to where you're supposed to be, right? So I go to this meeting, like I said, all day long, I'm getting blown up. My phone just keeps going off, blah, blah, blah. And I keep doing training, but I'm not really like focused in the training because, my head is all over the place. I'm thinking about the past. I'm thinking about things I can't change. I'm putting energy into things that there's nothing I can do about it. And, so I start focusing on my new job, right? And I'm like, well, I can come back to that, and I can, I'm not dead yet, right? There's always tomorrow, and that's what I thought. So I start working, right? I went out day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and I was doing so bad. I wasn't selling. I was getting almost 0 sales a day, every day. If I did sell something, I'd get like 1 sale a day, right? And that's working from like 10 in the morning to like 9 p.m. at night. So, a lot of hours, right? That's a lot of hours for 1 sale. That's, definitely not the kind of potential that I knew I had in me. And I was upset that, I wasn't doing better. And then I got to a point where, I went to this door, and my boss basically, pulled up in this neighborhood, and I go up to this door, and I was just defeated, right? Super, super down, super depressed, super just defeated. That's the only way I can put it. And my boss tells me, "Hey, look, if you go back home right now, what are you gonna do? Like, what do you have right now to go back home to? And if you go back to that, what are you gonna do, right?" So in my head, I'm like, okay, if I go back home right now, there's really nothing there. And by the way, this was like a summer sales job, right? So and I know I didn't make that clear. It's a summer sales job. And then in his other hand, he's like, if you stay out here, what can you achieve, right? Who can you become, right? Some of the greatest people in the world get hit with very strong adversity to where they can't even get up, right? And I definitely know what that feels like. I've never felt that in my entire life until this summer. Even right now, right? There's still hostility in the air. Honestly, not for me. I'm good, right? But I know that it's out there, right? I know that if I went and seeked out some things, it just wouldn't be good, right? So, so when he was talking to me and kind of saying this stuff, like, hey, what are you gonna do, right? So that day I go back to my room and I get a call from my mom, and she says that my cat died, right? My cat Lacey, I had her for about 17 years, so that hit me pretty hard, and I was already going through all of this loss, right? Like, I had some of these guys were my best friends, and it's not like a breakup, but it's kind of like a breakup, with a girl, right? Because, or whatever you're into, because you're losing something, right? And I was losing so many people I've known for years at the same time, and then I lost my cat. So I was like, I didn't even get to say bye, right? And you're thinking about that in your head. So the next day, I'll never forget it. It was a Wednesday, and I'm just sitting on this curb in one of these neighborhoods that I'm working on, and I really didn't see a way out. Like I was I was in a very dark place. To the point, like, when I was done working, I would go to my room, I'd shut all the lights off. I didn't want to turn my Xbox on, I didn't have my PC out there, right? So I had my Xbox, but I didn't want to turn that on. I didn't want to pretty much do anything, right? And then no matter, even if I didn't do anything, my phone is blowing up all day with, negative comments, negative messages, negative this. It's just a ton of negativity. And what I'm trying to say is I got to a point where I couldn't even get out of bed. I got to a point where showering was almost impossible. Doing anything, like just getting out of my bed felt like I was venturing into like a world that I didn't know. And on top of that, I spent so much time gaming, right? And just being inside, to where when I was back outside, halfway across the country, it was insanely hard. It was an unreal experience. I was definitely out of my comfort zone. But what I can tell you is, when I sat on that corner, I thought in my head, some of the top guys in my company say, if you want to be great, if you want to be good, then study and do all the right things, work hard every day. But if you want to be great, you have to have a why, right? So I just started thinking about this a lot. And I called my coach from high school, which I hadn't talked to him at that time in probably 8 years, which that's a long time. And I called my coach, and I asked him one question. I said, "Coach, hey, when I was in high school, why did you give me the most improved award?" Right? I didn't really get a lot of awards. I was never one of the best. I played football and I did track and cross country, but I was never one of the best. I did it to stay in shape. I did it to help my mentality and my mindset, and just I've always been obsessed with trying to learn how to win and how to improve, right? So I learned a lot from that man, and what he told me was, sometimes life is going to hit you so hard that you can't do anything about it, right? But even if you can't swing back, you got to get back up. And he told me that he didn't want me to stop knocking until in here I felt like I was okay. So anyway, I'm sitting on this corner the next day, like I said, super depressed, super down. I've lost all my best friends. I lost my cat. You know, I've never been that far away from my mom. My mom's fucking, 5 states away. And, yeah, dude. Even if I talk about it and I think about it and I go back and I like venture into that day, I can feel how I felt. I don't think that ever goes away, but I think it's something that you can use as a why, right? So that's my why, right? The comeback is my why. So the next day, I told Trav, I walked in, I got tears coming out of my eyes. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. I don't know, and he said, take the night, right? And just think about it, right? Like, do you want to go home or do you want to do this thing, right? Do you want to, can you find a way to give 120% right now? So anyway, the next day I sold 5 in one day. And at this job, there's like a rookie first year leaderboard and there's a veteran leaderboard, right? And as a gamer, I look at this leaderboard as, there's other guys with the company I'm with that post things on YouTube about how they approach the job like a video game, right? Because every sale is 1 point, and there's people that have leveled up already. They're 200 points in. You don't have any points, so. I started thinking of this as all of my knowledge that I have in gaming, and I'm like, okay, so I'm a level 0 right now, right? And the only way I'm going to hit level 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and just start moving is if I start moving. You can't just sit there and dwell on it, right? So I started selling every day. I started getting more consistent. And as soon as I decided what I was going to do, I went all in. Like, some people say 100, some people say 120, like whatever you want to think. I went all in, right? For me, I call it 120%. It's 20% more than perfect. And I was way behind, right? The summer's like 4 months, and a month and a half of that where I was in there, I was way behind because I was getting zeros like every day, right? Big fat zeros. So I started selling 5 a day, 3 a day was like the consistent number, then 4, then 5. And to hit management, you have to sell 250 accounts, right? So all I can say is from where I started in my life and then where I am now, I think it's one of the greatest accomplishments I've ever done. Hopefully, like, I remember getting a Halo 50 for the first time, after working 3 years towards getting it and just putting that hard work in. So I think through hard work, anything's possible. But this was a point where in my life where all I can say is there was no help. It literally felt like I got dropped off in the middle of nowhere. I was just in the middle of a forest. I was in the middle of a desert. Nobody's going to save me. Nobody cares. No one's there to help me. And that's where, you realize that in life, time is the most valuable thing you have. I'm 29 years old right now. So I just decided that I have given 120 to things where I didn't have full control. This is something I have full control over, right? So I definitely need to show what I'm made of. So I started consistently selling. I started climbing the rookie leaderboard. I got to, I think I was number 2,500 or something, right? I was like way behind the bus, way back there. And I just started climbing day by day, climbing. And then, started learning how to deal with problems. I started learning how to talk to people. I started learning how to market. I started learning all these things that, it's easy to know it in here, but when you apply it, right? I learned that action speaks way more than words. You can say words all day long, but you got to take that action. So anyway, let's fast forward a little bit. I worked really hard during the summer. 175, you get your rent back, and then like 250 accounts. And I keep saying accounts, right? Because that's what they are. You become a manager, right? So that was my goal. My goal is I just went through this, and I'm not going to accept anything less than management, right? If I don't hit management, then I failed. If I don't hit management, then everyone who hates me, everyone who's talking about me, anybody who dislikes me wins, right? So it was at the end of September. A lot of guys went home in August. I stayed through I was like, look, I got to hit my goal. That's all that matters to me. I'm going to stay out, right? So I stay out through September when a lot of guys were already home. And definitely, trust me, it made me want to go home. But I didn't. I didn't go home. I knew if I went home that I wouldn't hit my goal, and I just couldn't do that, right? So I stayed out through September, and I'll remember the very last day I was at 240, and I needed 10 more sales, right? And these last 10 sales were nothing but a mindset, right? I had so many demons in my head, so many things telling me, oh, you can't do it. It's just another thing you're going to fail at, like blah, blah, blah. And then I learned that if you control your mind, anything is possible. Like if you control your thoughts, if you can control what's in here, you're going to perpetuate that into real life, right? So I had this one little area left, and we were running out of area, right? I was running out of doors. I was running out of homes. I was running out of everything. I was running out of time. And I go out that day. I sold, I think I ended at 6 sales my last day. But all I can tell you is when I got to that final door, that final sell, and I hit my goal, I just kind of dropped to my knees and I was crying, and it was an emotional experience, and it was one of the hardest accomplishments I've ever had in my entire life. So all I'm saying is take that as a positive, right? If there's something you want to do, then work hard, go hard. Don't let anybody stop you, because anything is possible. I'm literally like trying my very best to try to ooze out like my success story, because it's honestly like I've seen a lot of people's lives change, and I've never been one of those people really. Like I've had a lot of stuff happen to me in life, but I've never been in a situation where if I don't succeed, then I fail in more ways than one. I don't just fail. It's not like if I didn't succeed, then I fail, and everybody who talks or hates me, or then I am a failure, right? So all I can tell you is, man, no matter what you're going through, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter who you're surrounded by, no matter what people tell you, if you think it in here, then it's possible. And when I hit that goal, like I said, I'm sitting there on this big mountain curve after taking 15,000 no's, right? I knocked 15,000 doors, right? If you live in the Pittsburgh area, I was at your house, okay? Like I walked by and was like, hi, my name's Taylor. How you doing? So my point here is through very hard work and the mindset and that mentality, you're going to accomplish whatever you want to do, right? But I also have learned that even if you try to be positive and you're wanting to boost others up, sometimes it's going to come back and everything is going to fall on you, and it's your fault, and things you say are very crucial, right? Like you honestly, it's like you can't mess up, right? But what I'm getting at is I hit this goal. It was a life-changing goal. My life, even right now, is pretty much changed in ways that I can't begin to even tell you. Like my life is, I met some of the best people I've ever met in my life. My boss Trav, a guy named Corey, a guy that we didn't even used to like each other. His name's Matt Tracy. A guy named Cameron, Colton, who plays way too much Pokemon Go. So if you end up watching this, Colton, I love you, right? But he's like one of the best skaters and divers I've ever seen. But anyway, I met a lot of great people, and I surrounded myself around these really, really great people. And I can tell you that if you're really down on yourself, life, or whatever, surround yourself with very strong people that can build you back up and get you back on your feet. So I accomplished this goal. Like I said, it was amazing. I'm now a manager for this company, and I come back home, right? And then now when I get home, it's a whole nother ball game, right? I'm back in the real world. I'm back, where I currently live, the city that I live in, the state that I live in. I'm starting to realize my age. Like my friends are married. Some of my friends have kids. I'm one of. I'm single, right? So I'm like, holy shit, like there's so many things in life that I was, putting on the side. So I talked to one of my family members, and I'm like, hey, look, like, this is what's going on with this is this. And he kind of knew, right? And I'm like, I didn't know at that time whether to reattack or do I just wait and reload, right? So what I'm saying is, Winfall to me was a great experience. I met some really good gamers, right? I met some really good people, and some of those people were there from like day one, like before it was even a thing, like day one, right? And those people, like, who you are, right? I don't have to say anything. I don't have to call anyone out. Like, you know who you are. Like if I talk to you during the summer, right? You know who you are. I much love, dude. I still love you guys. There's a lot of people that, if I never talk to them again, I don't think that there's going to be a part there where I'm ever just like, oh yeah, like, I don't miss that person. Zexy, I see you in chat. I was just kind of going over like my summer job and stuff, but you can rewatch it. So anyway, those people that know, you know who you are, know that I love you, right? I mean that. Like I love you as a person. Sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to, and I'm telling you that from my heart, that it sucks. But you gotta find a way to keep going. You gotta find something. You gotta find a why, and you gotta find what you were really looking for and what you were trying to do. With that being said, I love you guys. I will always, like, there will always, like, I almost got a WF tattoo right here, right? Like, WF was a part of me. It was a part of my soul. It was literally, it was a big part of me. That's all I'll say. So I'm talking to my family member, and I'm like, hey man, what do I do now? So to answer the question is, where is Winfall going to go now? What is Winfall going to do now? Is Winfall dead? Is Winfall over? Like, very sadly, okay, like it's not easy to say this stuff, but I will tell you the truth, right? And the truth is, Winfall is over. It's done. It's over. It's flatlined, right? But the other side to that is, so like if you're one of these people that were like, hey, what's gonna happen with Winfall? What's gonna happen now? It's over, right? It's a done deal. But with that being said, I'm not done. Okay, I am not done. I'm not gonna walk away. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to walk away from something like that, right? I spent my whole life gaming and over 20 years of gaming experience. And if any person really knows me, they know that I'm a fighter. They know that I'm going to go as hard as I can, and I'm going to make a point to get that across, right? So I'm not done. I'm far from done. I've got a lot of things in the works. I literally can't talk about it right now. There's a lot of stuff coming in 2021. I've spent months. I've been back home 2.5 months. I haven't said a word. I've been waiting to do this video. And I thought, I was trying to time it to where I could say things that I wanted to say, but I can't, right? And I feel like the longer that I wait, the more it's going to set me back in what I want to do. So yeah. So to answer the first question, Winfall's done. It is over. I am still doing the website. I'm still doing a lot of things for Winfall, but I've told a lot of people it's over, right? So I'm not paying money anymore to keep Winfall alive. It's over. But what I can tell you is that I'm not done. There's a lot of stuff coming, and I got a lot of stuff coming. Okay, which means a new team, right? New brand, and people that I know for 100% fact have my back, which is one of the best feelings I've ever had. I know that the people I am surrounded with right now, we're going to make a serious run. And my next topic is Halo Infinite will be coming out whenever it drops, right? And we can all pray to God that, the game is good. So take this as if the game is good, okay? Because you never know these days, right? Some games come out and they flop in 2 days. You never know. But if it does come out and the game is really good, I will be launching a Halo Infinite team. I've got players locked and ready to go. I've already spent time picking up players that I think can take it all the way, right? My goal was always to win a trophy. I will also tell you that I will have a separate team other than the team of players that I have, and I will be competing in Halo Infinite. So, all I can say is I look forward to playing the teams of people that hate me, and I look forward to it. I can't wait. Honestly, I'm excited. And so, yeah, that brings a smile to my face just because that's how I am, right? I'm very competitive. And if somebody doubts me or if somebody doesn't like me, then I'm going to do everything I can positively to, try to give them a better day. But at the end of the day, if I can't, come get it, right? But anyway, yeah, so that's the third thing. I will be competing in Halo Infinite if the game is good, right? And then the 3 announcements, man. Watch the first part of this video. I tell you all about, what happened to me, how I felt about it, what I did about it. I'm now a manager with the company that I work for. Yeah. I'll give you a second to ask some questions, Zexity. So what I'm saying is I learned a lot from Winfall, right? I learned all the things not to do. I learned the things to do better. I learned how to, I've learned how to talk to people better. I've learned how to market myself. I've learned how to talk and make business deals in real life. And, a lot of times someone could come online and say, hey, I've got this business deal. I've got this and that, and I've got this going. Odds are they probably don't, because business deals take a lot of time, right? Especially if you're doing it the right way. So I'm doing everything the right way this time. I'm starting basically my new org from the outside. And then once I have it to where I have those certain levels that I need to where I the Twitch world, right? You have to have some strong backings, right? You've got to have the money there. There's a lot of aspects there I won't get into, but and I'll give you guys a second to ask questions. If you want to ask questions, go ahead and spam them in the chat or whatever. I've got like a tiny little chat up, dude, because I really didn't want to read chat at all. But those guys out there, and you know who you are, I'm going to say this one more time. If you knew me longer than 2 years, right? Like, if you knew me back in Destiny 1, I guess I can say that. If you knew me back in Destiny 1, I still love you, okay? I do. I wish you guys nothing but the best success in the world. And I hope to God that some of the things that I did teach you and how to win and how to look at life and how to look at the game and how to break the game down, don't let Twitch or these players that are at the top level ever intimidate you, man. I feel like anybody, any given day, any given Sunday, if they work hard enough and they're told and taught, and they have that I think the number one thing is self-drive, right? You can't talk someone into working harder, but if you internally have that drive, don't let it go. Don't let anyone squash it out. Keep going, get up every single time. Because I promise you, when a door closes, another door is opening. And it took me months to see that. And I've had other doors like, down here open up for me that would never have been opened. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is, so Winfall's done. I'm starting a new org. The guys that I spent years with, you know who you are. I love you. And all I can say is, man, if I wronged anybody, right, I'm sorry. And that's coming from the deep side of me. But the competitive side of me, if you hate me, good, because you are my Y factor, right? You are what I'm coming for. So batten down your hatches, lock your fucking doors. I'm coming back. The comeback has already started. Trust me, there's a lot of things I'm doing, and I'm not doing it through Discord. I'm not doing anything that I did last time. I'm doing it the right way, the real, true eSport org way, right? So all I can say is I'm coming. And in here, I will never forget those feelings I had and what pushed me to now. It is my why every single day. Every Halo match I play, it's my why. I even noticed in myself, I kind of started plateauing in the end of my gaming career because I was so focused on other people that I quit focusing on my talent and myself, right? Um, Reading the chat real quick. Winfall Legion, you remember the old name? I was 12. Oh, you were 12? Wow. 14 now. That's cool. I'm guessing I'm part of that. So don't take this the wrong way. You weren't a part of that, but you definitely were a big part of Winfall, right? The new team that's tough. Like I said, I can tell you this, right? And I don't want you to get upset about that, right? I'm not bashing you at all, man. Much respect to you. You work really hard, and you're one of the players that do have a lot of talent. Just keep believing in yourself. Keep working hard. I'm not gonna sit here and say you can't or can. I'm not one of those people that are just gonna turn people down, right? But I am one of those people where I promise you, if you put me in a corner and you turn the lights off and you think I'm done and you think I've disappeared and you think everything's perfect, I'm back. Okay? Like I'm a fighter, bro. Like I've been through some shit in my life that most people, it would crumble them. And I'm going to tell you that every single day I'm focused and I'm coming. In other news, I am now a manager with the company I work for. So if you guys are 18 years or older and you guys want to make some serious, look at my face, serious money, okay? Like some serious money. I'm recruiting right now, okay? And this is real life, not my new org, okay? And I can't give you guys the name of my org. I can't tell. I literally can't say anything that I'm doing right now, which sucks, okay? It just is the way it is, right? Yes, I have an org name already picked out. I've got a lot of stuff. I'll just say that. Yeah, I already know what the org name is, man. You just jumped from 14 to 18, right? But what I'll say is, man, if you want to keep in touch, hop in my stream. You don't even have to stay in there. Honestly, I'm not streaming to get publicity. I'm not streaming to recruit people. I'm not streaming for any other reason than just I feel like playing some Halo and I'm just streaming and chilling, right? But what I can say is I'm coming. I will be coming back. I will have a return. I'm not walking out of gaming, how everything happened. There will be a new org. It's going to be done the right way from the outside real world into gaming, which is how business works. The org will be on Discord. Yeah. Once I launch everything, yeah, we'll be on Discord. Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure I got everything in there. What else? I think what I was going to talk about is Aptive, right? So like if you guys are 18 is that magic number, dude. If you're 18 years old, bro, I will be with the company I'm with for at least 5 years. Okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying with this company. It's literally a rocket ship to success. That's all I can say. It's already changed my life. The first summer that I did it. Next year, I'm going to go twice as hard, and I'm recruiting, right? So if you're 18 years or older, or if you end up turning 18 and you ever want to message me and say, hey, like, Taylor, I'm 18, like, I'm really interested in what you do, like, what is it that you do? I will tell you have to be willing to travel, right, which is a little uncomfortable, but you're going to be surrounded by me, like, personally, in person. I will be there every single day. I'm there to build you up. I'm there to help you out, make sure you're successful and you're making a lot of money. But I'm currently building that team as well, so I stay pretty busy. I'm either recruiting for my real life like company, trying to change people's lives, making them a lot of money, or I'm working on my new org, right? So I definitely stay really busy, but I wanted to at least give my 2 inputs out there to the world, everything that happened, why I deleted the Discord, how I felt about it, what I went through. There's a lot of people that saw where I was day one, right, and then at the end of summer, where I was, right, and it was a very surreal moment to, have my boss say he's proud of me, right, because the guy is such a good guy that like he doesn't say stuff like that, and to earn those words from his mouth was one of the greatest feelings I've ever had, and I hope that one day when I do come back, that I have teams that are saying the same thing to me because I did it the right way and I won them a championship. But other than that, that's pretty much it, man. Hit me up in IRL or through direct messaging. I'm going to start being on Twitter more actively. I'm going to be on Instagram more actively, Facebook more actively. I'm also going to start shooting a lot of videos. I'm going out to St. Thomas in a week for vacation, and I'm going to shoot a video there on, like I said, guys, my entire life has been changed, and all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help other people. I'm trying to change their lives as well, right? So if you're in a tough spot, it's been a really rough year. I hope everyone is okay. Stay safe. I know, COVID's going on, and you got other things I won't even get into, right? But a lot of things happened this year. So anyway, stay positive, keep it real. I'm coming back. I'm coming back, and I can't wait till the day I do come back. There's a new org. Everything's coming. I've never felt better in my entire life. I'm just happy, man. Like I'm literally at a place where I fully understand what I have to do, and I'm doing it the right way, and I'm talking to the right people, and I'm making connections with people that I needed to, and I've got a lot of things in the works right now that are absolutely game changing, absolutely going to take me to the top, and I'm here to take people with me. So anyway, I appreciate anybody who watches this. I love all you guys. I'm always going to keep being positive no matter what happens to me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like my new self as well, man. Thanks, dude. But don't ever stop growing. Keep evolving. Keep getting better. Work your ass off every day. Hit me up in the DMs, no matter what the social media is. I promise I'll see it. Instagram, I don't check that every day. I check it like hardly ever. So keep that in mind. Okay. But contact me if you're interested. I will recruit you. You'll be working with me in real life, and I'll change your life and hopefully make you a lot of money. But there'd be nothing cooler, in my opinion, than having somebody that was a part of what I used to do, and then I take them into real life, and I'm able to show them, right? I guess me in real life, right? I'm kind of a fun guy. But anyway, I'm also moving, so I'm moving this weekend, and then I'm going out to St. Thomas as well, right? So I'm gonna shoot a commercial in St. Thomas. So be on the lookout for that. That's about it, man. If you guys have any more questions, I'm sure it was answered in the video. I'm gonna try to keep it under 50 minutes, so I'm gonna get off here. But you can rewatch the video. New org, new people, new teams, surrounded by some good dudes. Those of you that I don't talk to, and we used to talk all the time, I miss you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. And I wish nothing but success for every single one of you. And anyway, this is T Smith. I'll see you guys down the road, right, when things start opening up and things start, I'm able to talk about more things. But I'm coming back.